All right, guys, here is a step-by-step walkthrough of how exactly you open your Etsy shop. All the steps, I leave nothing out. By the end of this video, in just a couple of minutes, you're gonna literally be able to open your Etsy shop and know all the best practices and everything that you should be doing to get your shop opened and ready to go for your listing. The first thing, we're gonna have to sign in. So we wanna go here and we're gonna have to click register, and you're gonna need an email, first name, password. And this is gonna be a good video if you're brand new and you haven't set up your shop yet, because I'm gonna go through everything. So this is gonna be a very in-depth ride. So I'm gonna set this up and I'll be right back with you. All right, here we go. We just registered. Now what we want to do is we wanna set up a Sell on Etsy shop. So we're gonna go Sell on Etsy. We're gonna hit Get Started. And then it's going to bring us to basically the instructions. Right now, open your shop and pay a one-time $29 setup fee. This fee helps us invest in support, new sellers, enhance securities, and then get your first sale. So let's do this. That's new. They used to never charge to set up, but it helps kind of get out weed out the bad actors. So they're making you basically answer these. I'm just gonna put I already have an Etsy shop. I'm gonna open a new one. And then we're gonna hit start your shop. Shop preferences, English, United States, US dollar as the currency, save and continue. Now, naming your shop. So this needs to be between 4 and 20 characters. This could trip you up. If your name is taken, you're gonna have to either choose a new name or just tweak it a little bit. A lot of times you can add like code to the end or some extra characters. I mean, it still should make somewhat of sense, but it doesn't have to be your exact name. If your exact name is taken, the other thing I would consider doing is going looking up that shop on Etsy. If they're a big time seller, you probably don't want to have the same name. You could run into problems later, and it would make things a little bit murky. So I would maybe considering a full name change. But if the shop, there's a lot of shops that are kind of dead shops that are not really active. And if one of those have your name, then maybe you can just alter your name a little bit. Your logo and your actual shop name could be what you originally want. This is just the name that shows up under your branding at the top. So it's not really that big of a deal. You can change it later. So it's not that big of a deal. All right, so my name that I was thinking is actually not taken, AI Entrepreneur. So here we go. I already kind of have an idea of what I want to sell, which I'm going to get into. And we're going to go into kind of how to research your ideas and vet them out as well. But here we go. Save and continue. And another super important part of this whole process with Etsy is actually being strategic with your listings and having a strategy to grow. And I do that inside my Etsy Games VIP program. You can hop over there. It's a free trial right now, so don't miss that. Then after the free trial, it's just $10 a month, very minimal investment to learn from myself and other sellers on how to grow your business faster than 99% of other sellers. We do live group coaching calls. I do your SEO for you. I help you with trends. Tons of courses in there to help you as well. All the resources is a positive, motivational, fun place to come, hang out, learn, and grow your business with like-minded sellers. And it's not some weird spammy Facebook group. So hop over there. There's a link below if you want to really put fuel to the fire and grow your business as fast as possible. I would love to help you. And I do one-on-one coaching calls with all brand new members to help you with your shop and give you best practices, tips, and strategies right out of the gate, right away to be able to grow your business as soon as possible. So I hope to see you over there. Now we're going to put how we'll get paid, United States, whether you're an individual or a sole proprietorship, or if you're an incorporated business, depending on what you want. So it depends if you have an LLC or you don't have an LLC. And then you got to put it in the name, address, all of this stuff, employer EIN, because I have, it's because I selected this bottom one. I have to put the EIN and stuff like that. And most of you will probably fall under this top one. So it's totally up to you. If you do have an LLC, it does give you more protections. Basically, you can't sue and someone can't take your personal assets. But if you're just a new shop, that's not a huge deal. No one's going to sue you. You're going through Etsy. It's not really that big of a deal. But down the road, it may be something that you want to consider. And then you got to fill out all this out. So I'm going to obviously fill this out and then get back with you as some scammers would love for me to share this information and my social security number. I'm not going to do it. So let me do this, and then I'll hit save and continue and get right back with you. All right, I got through that step. Then the next step is how you'll get paid. So you have to put where your bank is located, and then we have to add our bank information, which I'm going to do right now, and then I'll be back with you guys. And just as a note, they use Plaid, which is like a third-party verification. It's secure. It's very trusted. So just in case you're like, oh, what is this weird Plaid thing? That's what they use to verify your bank details. And again, it helps get the nasty scammers out of the marketplace. All right, now the bank is all added. Now I have to verify my identity. It has to take a photo of my ID and submit that in there. So they definitely have added quite a few additional layers than they used to make sure that they're getting legit sellers on the platform. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back with you guys. All right, yay, my identity has been verified. So basically I had to upload my ID and then take a selfie, turn my head to the left, turn my head to the right, cough. Just kidding. But it was a little bit of a process. So now we can continue to the shop setup. And all right, so now I need to confirm my email. So let me go do that really fast. All right, I confirmed my email. So now we have to add in our billing information, basically how they're charging for listing fees. And then I have to pay the one-time $29 setup fee. So I'm going to do that real quick. You guys can't see my credit card number, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so now it gives us the option to upgrade to Etsy Plus, which is $10 a month. You get the $29 waived. You get 15 listing credits. You get credits for Etsy ads, $5. There are some other perks. Etsy's really going to start pushing this, I think, in the future. And they're going to hopefully add some additional perks. They've been talking about it for a long time. But for intents and purposes of this, I'm not going to upgrade to Etsy Plus right now. I'm just going to hit save and continue to my shop. And then this is two-factor authentication to keep your account safe. So I'm going to definitely turn that on for SMS. And then I have to do my phone number, and then it's going to give me a code. So I'm going to verify that. So every time I log in, it's going to give me that SMS code to make sure that no one's hacking me. All right, there we go. We turned on the two-factor authentication. Then it gave me some backup codes to save just in case I get locked out. So I saved those in a special place. And now we are able to go to our Etsy shop and set up our Etsy shop. So a little bit's changed. They don't force you. It doesn't look like they force you to add a listing right away, which is good because they used to force you to add listings right away before you could even set up your shop. I don't like to add listings right away. I like to set up my shop. So let's just go in and start to set up our shop and all the shop sections, because this helps build the know, like, and trust. You just have to make sure that your shop looks good. If you don't have your shop set up, you don't have a logo, banner image, it looks weird. It's like driving on the highway and you just see an open sign on a random building. You're like, am I going to get murdered if I go in there? Is it safe? What do they sell? They sell gas? They sell clothing? What is it? So we don't want our shop to be like a yard sale or like some weird, mystery murder house. So let's go in here. So we're going to go down here to the little pencil, and this is how we edit our shop. So we can do banner image, we can do logo, all this stuff we want to go through and fill out. And we can always change this later, right? We can always improve it. It's not going to be perfect. It just has to be done. They did recently add this new color theme too, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to go in here and start to fill this stuff out. So let's just do our logo first. So I am to figure out where I put this logo at. All right, so I have a logo here that I already created. You can easily have AI create you a logo, have Canva create you. You can go in and create one through Canva. You can buy one on Fiverr. Lots of options here, but this is a logo that I already had created. I created this in Canva, so we're gonna save that. Looks good. Boom, we got the logo. Now, one thing that you can do is we can use ChatGPT or AI to go in here and make us a banner image. So I believe it should have the size. I'm just gonna we're gonna do a big banner. And it has a size, 1200 by 300 pixels. So let's just see how ChatGPT does with this. So I'm gonna add my logo in here, and turn this into a banner image that's 1200 by 300 pixels, and then write a tagline that says represents automations, downloads, and entrepreneur tools, something like that. Let's just see what it comes up with here. So I'm interested to see if it does, because sometimes with images it does the wrong size, it doesn't do the size you want. So I'm interested to kind of see if you give it at least a little bit of a starting point. Now I could create a logo from scratch. I already had this logo, so I'm not going to do one from scratch in the essence of time, but I want to see what this does. All right, here's the logo. Not bad. It looks like it's the right size. I just downloaded it and shared it here. I don't know. I want this. I need some other elements on here. This isn't really great. Let me just see if we can center the logo and make the tagline on the bottom and bigger. All right, let's just see how this tweaks a little bit. All right, this one is a little bit better still. I mean, this stuff needs to be bigger. Ideally, you would want some featured items here. But since I don't have any featured items yet, I'm not going to put any on here, but this is valuable real estate, so we don't want it to be generic. We want to actually put some of our main items on here. Usually like best sellers, new items, or seasonal items. You can kind of give a preview up here. Your logo really doesn't matter that much. No one knows who you are. I know it matters to us, but it doesn't matter to other people as much as the products itself does. So let me just do big banner and done. And then we will add the image for now. Again, we can always kind of tweak this, but this is at least as a starting point. It matches. You want to have the similar color schemes. Now this is new. We can add a color, and it uses kind of the colors off of our logo and stuff, which is kind of cool. So gives it a little bit of pizzazz. That's a little too, this one's too bright, I think. Kind of like a little bit darker is kind of cool. Maybe we'll just, yeah, let's do that. That's kind of cool. We want to continue to go through here. We don't have any featured items yet. Oh, actually the color theme isn't for me. That's only for Etsy Plus. All right, well, fine. We're not gonna add a color for now. All right, so shop location, we can put a location here to see kind of where we're at. We can add an announcement section. Now, this is something that you should use. You should do an announcement section. Like, this is good for like shipping deadlines. This is good for promos, stuff like that. If you don't have any of that going on right now, or even like email list signups, so you don't have that going on right now, you can just do kind of like a welcome message, but it should be SEO friendly, right? You should put some main keywords in there. All these little pieces will help with SEO. So think about what you're putting into your shop, into your listings. All those words do matter, and it helps the algorithm find you a target audience. So we want to put an engaging, highly SEO friendly announcement section or announcement message in here. And again, you can use ChatGPT for this, which I can just go back in here and create an Etsy shop announcement section that's SEO optimized, that welcomes buyers but also talks about my shop offerings, which are NAN automations and downloads, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, for entrepreneurs and businesses. All right, so it'll clean that up for me. I mean, I have a good starting point, but this is kind of how you can speed things up. All right, so you can pick kind of which one you'll like. I'm going to pick this one, which has, it has main keywords in here, which is great. So this gives us a really good starting point. And again, this is primarily for this purpose for SEO. And all right, so welcome to AI Entrepreneur. So there we go, save. So this is pretty good. Now the next thing is we want to add video, photos. So all this stuff we want to fill out: story, headline, shop members, a little blurb about yourself, and kind of a little paragraph. Again, all this stuff should be optimized for SEO. Let's just go down here. Shop policies. This is pretty easy now because you can do simple policies. We don't really want to create our own. We'll just do a simple policy. Returns and exchanges 30 days. And then we can kind of tweak this. Do I accept returns? I'm not, because it's going to be digital downloads. Exchanges, no. And then there we go. But depending on what you're selling, that could be different for you. All right, so let's just go back and finish editing this. Shop members, FAQs, all this stuff, we want to fill out for SEO purposes. So let me just go through and start to fill this out. All right, so we got a headshot in there. Let's do member name, LL, owner. And just, I love creating AI automations for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Something like that. Again, keywords. You can add keywords in there naturally where it makes sense, but it's more about completing this to show the algorithm that everything's completed. So we can add a video, up to 5 photos with captions. So let me just try to find a good photo to add right now. All right, so let's just click here and get a photo to add. All right, so here's one. This is just a sample of like an automation. Let's add a caption. And again, SEO friendly. So what it is, who it's for, who would buy it, those are all main keywords that you want to put. So N8N AI SEO agent automation. All right, so very, very specific, lots of keyword rich stuff in there. And we could do 5. We want to do as many as it asks for. I'm only going to do 1 right now to save time. A video. You want to showcase something. Usually behind the scenes, you making, crafting, creating is really good. And again, you want to add captions, descriptions, wherever applicable. Now, this is kind of your about. So you want to do a SEO friendly headline, like I love AI automations for entrepreneurs and small businesses, something like that. And then your story is, again, about yourself, talk about yourself, but naturally introduce those keywords. Whatever you're doing, just have the main niche, the main target audience, just talk to them as you're talking about yourself and your journey, and do, a couple of paragraphs on that. But again, the SEO really matters. And then links, this just adds a legitimacy. You don't have to do this, but if you have a Facebook, Instagram, website, blog, whatever you want to add here, go ahead and do it. Again, you want to fill as much of this out as possible because it helps build the know, like, and trust. Shop policies, we already did. FAQs. So this should be the common FAQs. So it has like a starting point, or you can do custom, whatever the case may be, and just make sure you title it so people can find it. But again, SEO friendly FAQs, common questions. What are the common questions that people are asking? Answer them in your FAQs, answer them in your descriptions. Otherwise, if you don't, people are going to move on to the other listings someone else that's answering the questions, right? So we want to go through and at least have a couple FAQs for comment. It's easier if you sell a lot of the similar stuff to write out these FAQs, but you want to make sure to go through and do that. And I think that is pretty much it, because we don't have any products yet, so we're not going to do shop sections. That's going to be next. We can't feature anything because we don't have any products yet. But we want to make sure to set up our shop. Now, I think we can do, we don't have a tagline anymore. We used to be able to do a tagline. For whatever reason, there's no tagline. But yeah, that's the main things as far as getting your shop set up. All right, guys, that is it. Hopefully that helps you out as far as giving you a good head start on opening your Etsy shop with everything that you need to know in order to get that bad boy opened so that you can focus on making your products and then getting your listings up. Again, if you want to hop over and join me in the Etsy Games VIP program, I'd love to have you over there so you can move a lot faster than most people. You might as well not have to try and reinvent the wheel. Let me help you move a lot faster and get closer to your first sale, your 100th sale, your 1000th sale. So I'd love to see you over there. But that's it for today. Hopefully it helps you guys out. I'll be back soon with some more good stuff for you.